Remember when a Christmas movie about a kid defending his house with paint cans became the biggest comedy of 1990? Home Alone has been a holiday tradition for over 30 years. We've watched it dozens of times. We know every line, every trap, every scream. But here's something you probably never noticed. There are hidden details in this movie that the filmmakers never explained, and once you see them, you'll never watch Home Alone the same way again. Today, we're revealing 7 theories about Home Alone that have been hiding in plain sight for 3 decades. But before we dive in, if you love discovering the secrets behind classic movies, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss a video. I spent weeks going through every frame of this movie, reading interviews with director Chris Columbus and writer John Hughes, and digging through fan theories that have been circulating since the 90s. And what I found will blow your mind. Some of these theories are backed up by the filmmakers themselves. Others? Well, they make so much sense that you'll wonder how you missed them all these years. We're going to start with something small, a detail about Old Man Marley that changes the entire emotional core of the movie. Then we'll work our way up to the biggest mystery of all, how the McCallisters could possibly afford that house. Theory number 1. Old Man Marley's healing hand. Start with something most people never caught. Remember Old Man Marley? The neighbor Buzz said was the Southbend shovel slayer? When Kevin first sees him in the drugstore, Marley's right hand is wrapped in a bloody cloth. It looks like a fresh, serious wound. Now here's where it gets interesting. The next time we see him, in the church scene, that same hand only has a small band-aid. The wound has dramatically healed. And by the end of the movie, when he's reunited with his son and hugging his granddaughter, the hand is completely healed. No bandage at all. Director Chris Columbus made very deliberate choices to show us Marley's hand in these 3 specific moments. This wasn't an accident or a continuity error. So what does it mean? The theory is that Marley's hand represents his broken relationship with his son. It's a physical manifestation of an emotional wound. As Kevin encourages him to reach out to his family, the wound begins to heal, and when he finally reconciles with his son on Christmas morning, the wound is gone completely. The old wounds, both physical and emotional, have healed. This is the kind of visual storytelling that John Hughes was famous for. Nothing in his scripts was there by accident. Every detail meant something. Theory number 2. The Southbend shovel slayer story is partially true. But wait, there's more to Old Man Marley's story, and this one's darker. Remember Buzz's story? He's the Southbend shovel slayer. He murdered his whole family back in 1958, and he's been hiding out in this neighborhood ever since. We're supposed to think Buzz made it all up to scare Kevin, but what if there's some truth to it? Here's the thing that never made sense. After Marley saves Kevin from the wet bandits, he just takes Kevin home and leaves. He doesn't stick around to talk to the police. He doesn't give a statement. He just disappears into the night. Why would a hero do that? The theory is that Marley really was investigated for something serious back in the day. Maybe not murder, but something that put him through the legal system. As Buzz said, there wasn't enough evidence to convict. Whether he was actually guilty or wrongfully accused, the experience made him avoid the police at all costs. Someone who's been through that kind of trauma would want to stay far away from law enforcement, even when he's the hero of the story. This would also explain why his family was estranged from him. A serious accusation like that, even if false, could tear a family apart for years. Theory number 3. Peter McCallister is a criminal. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room. How on earth do the McCallisters afford that house? The actual house in Winnetka, Illinois, is worth over $5 million today. Even back in 1990, it would have been worth well over $1 million. And here's what's strange. We never find out what Peter McCallister does for a living. Not once in the entire movie. But watch this scene carefully. When Harry shows up disguised as a police officer, Peter's first response is, "Am I in some kind of trouble, officer?" That's a weird thing to say when a cop just knocks on your door, isn't it? Most innocent people would say, "Can I help you?" Or, "What's this about?" But Peter immediately jumps to, "Am I in trouble? Then there's the money." Peter is flying his entire extended family, 15 people, to Paris for Christmas. First class, during peak holiday season. That's easily $50,000 to $100,000 just for the flights, and Harry specifically targets this house. He calls it the Silver Tuna, the big score. But when we look inside, there's nothing obviously valuable. No jewelry safes, no art collection, nothing that screams, "Rob me." So why this house? The theory that's been floating around for years is that Peter McCallister is involved in organized crime. Maybe not a mobster himself, but someone who does business with them. Money laundering, perhaps. Something that generates huge amounts of cash, but keeps him under the radar. It would explain the wealth, the vague job description, the nervous reaction to police, and why Harry thought this house was worth targeting. Theory number 4. Gus Polinski is the devil. Okay, this one sounds crazy, but stick with me. Remember when Kate McCallister is stranded at the Scranton airport, desperate to get home? She says, and I quote, "If I have to sell my soul to the devil himself, I will get home to my son." And literally 1 second later, Gus Polinski appears out of nowhere. Now, John Candy was only on set for 23 hours. He improvised almost all of his dialogue, but the timing of his appearance? That was scripted by John Hughes. Gus offers Kate a ride home, exactly what she just wished for. And here's the creepy part. The Scranton airport is located right near a crossroads, which in folklore is traditionally where you meet the devil to make a deal. And despite Gus's help, Kate arrives home at almost the exact same time she would have if she'd waited for a regular flight. It's like the universe played a cruel joke on her. She got what she asked for, but it didn't actually help. The theory is that Gus is either the devil himself or a supernatural being who grants wishes. But with a twist, Kate sold her soul for nothing. Is it true? Probably not. But John Hughes loved putting hidden meanings in his movies, and this one is just too perfect to be a coincidence. Theory number 5. Angels with filthy souls isn't real. Keep the change, you filthy animal. Everyone knows this line. It's one of the most quoted moments from Home Alone. But here's something that shocked people when they found out. Angels with Filthy Souls isn't a real movie. It never existed before Home Alone. The production team created it specifically for this film. They shot it in one day in an abandoned high school gym using black and white film stock to make it look authentic. The title is a reference to the real 1938 James Cagney film Angels with Dirty Faces. But everything else is completely made up. And for years, decades even, people thought it was a real old gangster movie. Celebrities have admitted they tried to find it. Video stores got requests for it. The filmmakers did such a good job that they created one of the most famous movies that never existed. It's a testament to the attention to detail that went into every frame of Home Alone. Theory number 6. Buzz's girlfriend is actually a boy. Buzz, your girlfriend. Woof. It's one of the meanest jokes in the movie. Kevin finds a photo of Buzz's girlfriend and makes fun of her appearance. But here's the thing. Director Chris Columbus thought it would be too cruel to actually use a photo of a real girl and mock her appearance in a movie that would be seen by millions of people. So instead, they used a photo of the art director's son. They put a wig on him, took the picture, and that's what you see in the movie. The boy apparently volunteered for it without hesitation. He probably didn't expect to become one of the most famous punchlines in Christmas movie history. According to Devin Rattray, who played Buzz, the kid was totally fine with it. But it's a fascinating example of how the filmmakers tried to be thoughtful, even while making a joke that seems pretty harsh. Theory number 7. The McCallister house is fake. And finally, let's talk about the house itself. The McCallister home is one of the most recognizable houses in movie history. The exterior is real. It's in Winnetka, Illinois, and you can drive by it today. But here's what most people don't know. Almost none of the interior scenes were filmed in that house. The kitchen, the basement, the attic, the parents' bedroom, all of those iconic rooms were built from scratch inside a high school gymnasium. They constructed a full 2-story set inside New Trier High School. The crew could remove walls, adjust ceilings, and safely film all the booby trap scenes without destroying someone's actual home. And that famous flooded basement? They filmed it in the school's swimming pool. They literally turned a high school pool into a suburban disaster zone. The real house was way too small for the cameras, lighting equipment, and stunt rigs they needed. So they measured everything, rebuilt it in a gym, and made it look identical. So when you watch Home Alone, you're actually seeing 2 different houses seamlessly edited together. The exterior is real, but the magic happened in a high school gym. It's one of the most ambitious school projects ever built. So there you have it. 7 theories about Home Alone that changed the way you see this Christmas classic. From old Man Marley's healing hand to the McCallister family's mysterious wealth, from deals with the devil to fake movies that feel real, this film is packed with details that most of us missed. And that's what makes Home Alone so special. It's not just a funny movie about a kid fighting burglars. It's a carefully crafted story where every detail matters. John Hughes and Chris Columbus put thought into every frame, every line, every visual choice. That's why we're still talking about it 30 years later. Now, if you enjoyed discovering these hidden secrets, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, leave a comment below, telling me which theory surprised you the most, and share this video with someone who loves Home Alone as much as you do. Trust me, they'll thank you for it.